are the other four essences that they were interested in? According to Aristotle, these four essences were earth, air, fire, and water. Now you see this guy right here who's got this club? Who is he? That's you. That's humankind dealing with fire. See this God here holds fire? See this next one right here? He's got wind, air. And see this one over here? He's throwing water on him. And see this one right here? He's got a great big mound of earth that he's going to throw at him. And see our poor fellow here with the club? Earth, air, fire, and water. I will defeat you. You're not going to get me. Meanwhile, there's this something down here. Who's this little girl? She's the representative of the quintessence, the fifth essence, the vibrational essence, which says, don't worry about a thing. No worries, no problemas. Because you are fundamentally not of that. Earth, our mother, the basis of everything. Yet, earth, air, fire, and water. I better hold out my club. I better conquer the earth. Gotta conquer it. Because I'm afraid. Why am I so afraid? What's bothering me? What am I afraid of? Earth, one of the essences, revolving, rotating, reminding us of the vibrational spirit, the essence, everything moving. Then there's air. To remind us that there's air, we have the birds which move through the air. Another essence. But wind can come and blow me down, and I'm frightened. I'm afraid. And then there's fire. Oh, it's magnificent. Warms me up, heats my house, but it can also scorch me and burn me, and I'm afraid of fire. Something to fear. Another essence. It's out there, gonna get me. And then, of course, there's water. Our bodies are 65 to 67% water. This thing you call your brain, 85% of it is H2O, all water. So you are mostly, at least in your thinking ability and your essences, you have a lot of water going on inside of you. Our experiences, our out there experiences, our experiences of the world that we exist in, consist of changes, transformations. And the Greeks saw a way to deal with this. Always remember that the Greeks tried to rationalize, to make things objective. They weren't dealing with the person anymore, because that person is already quaking in fear. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Okay, now I'm going to take you a little bit deeper into this sort of quantum physics of your inner world for a moment. Here we have earth, air, and they are like opposites, polar opposites of each other. That's why they're on opposite sides of the diamond, okay? Earth and air are like polar opposites. So are fire and water, like polar opposites of each other. The Greeks recognized that through these elements, something inside of you could take place. And what they recognized was that various combinations of these elements gave rise to experiences that you're having. Remember the drawing of the guy with the club. I'm afraid, I'm afraid, I'm afraid. Remember that drawing. The Greeks learned, they said, wait a minute, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? And they began to sense that of these elements, we should map out, we should find out how our fear, how our experiences arise in the first place. Now I want you to notice something about these things. First of all, the objective qualities, the so-called out there, as above, so below, as within, so without. The objective out there qualities that we're talking about are the things we call space, time, energy, motion. All, and I mean absolutely all, everything in physics, whether it's quantum physics or classical physics or electromagnetism physics, whatever kind of physics you're talking about, we only deal with those four qualities. And those four qualities that we're talking about, the objective world, are time, space, motion, and energy. But, if it wasn't for our internal qualities of intuiting, thinking, sensing, and feeling, we would have no idea that there even was an out there world. Now in English, we can put these things on a kind of a scale. See my hand? My first finger, I call that feeling, because F, feeling, okay? Feeling. My second finger, I call intuiting. Feeling and intuiting. My third finger, I call sensing. My fourth finger, I call thinking. Feeling, intuiting, sensing, thinking. These are the four fingers, F-I-S-T. F-I-S-T is an English word, says fist. So this is a reminder, in English anyway. I don't know what these words are in Spanish. But there's one thing missing. What about this guy? El Gordito, or something you call it. I don't know. What about him? What about it? What is this? This is the one. This is the most important one, because this is the one that senses or feels or thinks. This is the one that picks up on all the rest. This thumb is the representative of your expression of you in the world. This is your ego, your I, your yo. Yo soy, yo soy, yo soy, yo soy, I am, I am, I am, I am. This is where that comes from. And what are you? It's what I feel, what I intuit, what I sense, what I think. Okay, so remember these things, and also remember the following things, that these are complementary to each other. Thinking is complementary to feeling. Intuiting is complementary to sensing. What do I mean? I mean they're polar opposites of each other, which means that if you are strongly intuitive, you're not so strong sensing. If you're strongly sensing, you're not so strongly intuitive. If you're strongly feeling, you're not so strongly thinking. And vice versa. This complementarity is a very important part of the physical world. Not only because of these functions, but because they indicate to us in quantum physics how it is that through the actions of my observation of the world, I can change the world. We're going to come to that. We're coming to that. I'm giving you some of the groundwork just so that you have some vocabulary to deal with these concepts. Why, oh why is a universe made in this seemingly crazy way, where what's out, what's above is also below, what's in is also without, as this Escher drawing seems to indicate? The man is looking at a painting, which is also the reality in which he lives. Look at the painting for a while. know you guys all know about earth, air, fire, and water. I mean, God, you live in the world. You know about that stuff. And you know that you feel, you think, you